Hi there, welcome to Island Fly Tarot. I'm going to do tarot card reading for Scorpio energy. And for this round of readings, we're doing a 10 card spread. And the thing to know about Scorpio energy is not everybody harnesses high vibe Scorpio energy. We all have free will. And some people are aligned with their more hopeful, believing, loving nature. They're willing to go on the adventure of life. We're emotionally complex human beings. And some people are willing to ride the roller coaster of it, knowing that everything they go pursue won't turn out the way they want. But they're willing to take that risk because they want to go on this adventure in life, being the emotionally complex human being they are, and wanting to be in deep, meaningful relationships with truth and justice and fairness and love and believing in themselves and believing in their dreams. But not everybody's there. Life's about learning lessons. Some people will never get there, but other people might not be there yet. But they might be people who in their Scorpio energy are more aligned with their worldly nature. I like the world more than love. I want to make my life more about those things of the world, or maybe more about themselves. They love them. Self. The most important person is them, so they don't really work cooperatively with people in love because they're more about their wants and their needs and their lust and their greed and their pride and their ego. And we just need to see the truth that not everybody's motivated by love. For some people, that is the last thing they want. That is entering the danger zone. Shadowy Scorpio could be more like, who can I intimidate and control? Or who am I going to have sex with? What do you got? I'm going to have sex with someone, so I'm going to have sex with someone who has most of the things that I want or will indulge me the way I want. And it's not about love. We're also getting some of the positive personality oracle from the Mystic Souls. We have civilized, spiritual, open mind. Well, civilized, we can either operate from our more immature, worldly, beastly nature, or we temper our more worldly nature, and we've learned lessons in life, and have learned to treat other people the way we like to be treated, and realizing it's not just all about us, and it is about looking at things from other people's perspectives with the open mind, believing in a higher truth and justice. It's not just about us, it's about treating other people the way we like to be treated, and that there's a higher purpose to being on this planet than just about us and ego. High vibe energy represented by God is about trying to give birth to these new things. We're creative, inspired, imaginative human beings that have created all these things on the planet since we were caveman. But then we have shadowy energy, like death-like energy, that tries to stop us from loving and believing in ourselves. Other people who don't want us to live our life differently than they live their life. They could be caught up in things of the world. They make their life about themselves or these things of the world, and they want us to stay in relationship with them and make our life about those things. Shadowy energy at the big picture represented by the devil. We have our dualistic nature. We have to battle within ourselves about what our truth is, and everybody else is battling within themselves about what their truth is. And the overarching reason for the reading is the Queen of Swords, holding that sword of truth. And the Queen of Swords, I view it, well, for one, the queens can talk about how we think and feel, and the masculine energies can represent how we present ourselves in the world. And, some people are defensive to looking at life from a higher perspective. They defend themselves, being more about themselves or the world, or these things that they make important in their life. Maybe it's because that's how they define themselves, what they enjoy, how they think it defines their worth and value. Some people don't believe there's any higher purpose to being on this planet than to maybe have a certain status and image or indulge themselves. And other people have probably turned their back on people who are like that. And they're looking to the future because they do look at life from a higher perspective, and they don't just want to they have their own dreams and aspirations. They don't want to make their life just about someone else or just about these things of the world. We either get caught up, shadowy Scorpio, in the superficial and shallow, or we want to believe in our dreams and go on this adventure. So we start out with the Three of Cups, the Devil, and the King of Pentacles. So in our more worldly nature, we all get emotionally manipulated by the world. The devil can represent the world. All these things in the world that we want to go invest our time, energy, and effort into that we are sure will make us happy. And we've all been there and done that. Some people are still doing that. Some people learn some lessons in life that there's a lot of things in the world that I can go invest my time, energy, and effort into that I've come to realize kind of get a stranglehold on me, because the devil's about imprisoning you, limiting you, restricting you, confining you, oppressing you, imprisoning you. Some people saw the truth of that, and they didn't want to invest as much time, energy, and effort into those things, or at least not the way they did. They could have given those things too much importance in their life. We can all go indulge, say, in drinking. Well, if we make drinking alcohol the answer to our problems, yeah, it can drag our life into hell. And we have to be willing to see the truth of it. That wasn't the right path. That wasn't the truth. We can get in relationships with people because we can be a more codependent energy. And we're looking for those people to be the answer to our problems. And then some of those people can be imprisoning and oppressive and abusive and all that. And we need to see the truth of that. High vibe energy and love is supposed to be just and fair, where people do act with character and integrity. They treat other people the way they like to be treated. Some people are really jealous right now about some people that they maybe like to be in a relationship with, but they can't, because those people have learned these lessons in life, they can't manipulate and control them. Some people only want, you're either being emotionally mature, stable, grounded, just, fair, truthful, honest, or you want to try to manipulate people in a relationship. And some people right now would like to be in relationships with some people, but they know they can't tempt them in their more lustful, greedy, prideful, codependent energy, because those people have learned these lessons in life, and that's not the energy that they're in anymore. So then we have the Temperance card, the Fool, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Other people engaged in these things of the world, and they learn lessons in life. And they were inspired to take a leap of faith, to look at life as an adventure to be lived. Life is about learning lessons. I have learned some valuable life lessons. Previously, I could have been a fool for some things, and I could have kept repeating some things over and over because I really wanted it to work. But it kept not working out the way I wanted, and I saw the truth of it. And the truth sets us free. So now I've balanced out my emotions that though there are some things and people I might like to indulge in my life, if those people haven't seen the truth and those people haven't healed or grown or matured themselves or gotten out of their more worldly view of life or whatever it is that drives and motivates them to such an extent that it was kind of causing me, I kind of felt it was unhealthy in some way. Just even if people are being kind of manipulative or kind of bossy or controlling or more about themselves, where you're always supposed to indulge them. And it really could have just not seemed like there was equal give and take. Eventually, high vibe people see the truth of it. They balance out their emotions about it. I can have love for people, and, you know, it's like, I wish you peace, but I'm kind of going on a new adventure because we're going to go hang out with some different people because we kind of seem to be on different pages. You could be quite consumed with these things of the world. Maybe having a certain status and ego and image is what's most important to them, or indulging in these things of the world that they think make them look like they're living the dream. And there could have been some people, the kings can represent how people present themselves in the world, because we can all, but the thing is, it's considered masculine energy. when you take action in the world and how you present yourself, but what was the truth behind how people really thought and felt. So there can be people in the world who try to present themselves as harnessing high vibe energy. Yeah, you should work here. Yeah, you should be my friend. You should date me. You should marry me. I'm the stable, grounded, loving, emotionally mature person. I'm not selfish. I'm not insecure. I'm not bossy and controlling or egotistical. But then as you could have taken a leap of faith to move forward in relationship with them. And as time went by, though, you kind of realize that they are defensive to a more emotionally balanced, loving relationship. The Chariot is Cancer energy, where you maintain balance within yourself, acknowledging the fact that I do have my own more immature, all about myself nature, but I also have my more loving nature, and I maintain control of it so that I don't drive my life off into the ditch. And you could know some people that are either just defensive to love, or they're defensive to moving forward in a more balanced, loving way. We're either kind of balanced or we're tipped out of balance, and we're kind of wanting to be indulged in some way, where it's more about us or it's more about these things of the world other than love. And some people, everybody could have felt betrayed. You know, we can all want certain things of the world. It's just that some people are motivated and inspired to kind of have hope and faith and belief in love and get in relationships with people who don't. Or sometimes some people want you to make your life all about them, and you're not supposed to have your own dreams and move forward in life differently. Shadowy energy can kind of be, I want to keep repeating this pattern over and over, and we move forward in this energy, which can be you kind of indulge me, and a knight would have less kind of status or precedent or life experience than a king. And some people like that type of relationship dynamic. I like to be like I'm the parent and you're the child, and you don't look at life differently. You don't believe in yourself and believe in your dreams and love yourself. You're supposed to look to me for everything that you want. But the thing is, like, God gave us our intuition and our own unique talent, skills, and interests and our own dreams, and we have our own kind of life purpose. But the devil and people who are kind of in shadowy energy, it's like, well, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to make your life about me and my dreams. Like, you're not your own individual person with your own aspiration and dreams. And that is how some people view relationships. I want it to be more about me. And I want you to be more codependent on me. And I want you to make your life about these things of the world that I make my life about. Or if I make my life more about me, you should make your life more about me. And that can be shadowy Queen of Swords also. Everybody else in this relationship should put aside their pride and ego, but not me. I'm the star of the show. I'm the most important person here. You know, and then people who view life differently kind of feel betrayed by those people, because I have my own dreams and aspirations. And I also thought it was going to move forward in a more emotionally balanced, loving way. I didn't know it was supposed to be more about you and not about treating each other the way we like to be treated in love. And then those people can be mad that people did love and believe in themselves, and they align with their more loving, hopeful, believing nature when they could align with their more worldly view of life. And so you could have also found out the Three of Cups is Cancer energy, the Chariot is Cancer, but you could have found out and felt like someone kind of used their emotions manipulatively instead of being authentically loving, where a relationship grows and matures over time, and people are motivated and inspired by truth and love and having hope and faith and belief in their dreams. You kind of realize that they were kind of defensive to that, and it was kind of more, again, about them staying in the relationship, maybe more because of codependency or fear, insecurity, or because of the status or the ego or the image. It's like, well, I thought it was supposed to be about love and being in a long-term loving relationship. And you realize it's different. And sometimes, as you move forward in a relationship, it kind of becomes clear that what one person's kind of more driven and motivated by over time is kind of more hope and faith and belief and love. And it becomes clear over time because sometimes people don't really know. We all can get in a relationship, kind of got some fears and insecurities, and maybe we really haven't had to pick a path. We do have a dualistic nature, but we can go back and forth too. And we're not really sure. I don't know for sure what I think. Do I have hope and faith and belief in myself and in love? Am I more about myself or these things of the world? What do I think will make me happy? And sometimes people are just going back and forth. But as you go through a relationship, eventually it kind of gets down to, are we on the same page or not? The people in your life that are on the same page as you are people who are going to move forward with you in the way that you want to move forward. High vibe, low vibe, juggling, worldly. And other people are going to go separate ways. I think life is about learning lessons, and we can't really move forward into the next phase of life until we've learned the lessons we were meant to learn from the last phase of life. And there's some people that they didn't learn what they were meant to learn. These things still manipulate them. So they kind of have to go back and repeat an old pattern. Other people did the inner work within themselves. Again, if I didn't mention it, the Knight of Wands and Sagittarius energy, you're either kind of still more motivated and inspired by yourself and the world, or it's about higher learning and education and looking at life from a higher perspective and seeing the truth. And the people who did learn the lessons they were meant and helped them get clear about their truth, and they learned that wasn't their truth, even though initially they thought it was. We come in contact with all these different people to help us get clear about what our truth is and isn't. Some people realize, nope, that's my truth. I don't want to keep living my life like that. I want to move forward, and I do love and believe in myself enough and believe in my dreams that I am going to move forward with this new way of viewing life. For one, loving myself, where maybe before I really hadn't learned to love myself, and I could have just been more caught up in the world or to be in relationships to validate my worth and value versus me loving me and giving myself the things that I wish other people would give me, and aligning with my more hopeful, believing nature, where maybe before that's not where I was. And so that's why everybody can feel betrayed, because at one time, to some degree or another, you were kind of on the same page, even if it was that we both hadn't learned to really love ourselves, and we were both kind of tipped out of balance and caught up in these things of the world. But during the process of it, I did kind of wrap my brain around some of these things that did stop me from loving myself and believing in myself and being more balanced within myself. And I did do this work to look at life from a higher perspective. And High Vibe Aquarius also is about healing. And some people healed, and so then they weren't tipped out of balance anymore, making these certain things more important in their life. And that's when the people in their life could have been mad that you've changed. You're not the same person you were. And then I don't want to be in a relationship with you. You don't want to be in a relationship with me. I want to be in the other people could be, I still want to be in relationships with people who view life the way I view life. And you're moving forward wanting to be in relationships with people who view life the way you view life. And the thing is, high vibe people, from a place of love, because they've realized that love is the answer, and looking at life from a higher perspective, I think they wish other people peace and love. I've been manipulated by those things and that way of living life and viewing life and feeling about myself. And I know how hard it is to get out of that. And I know how hard it is to heal, and it does take, kind of willing to do this work within yourself to get control of your dualistic nature, so you're not indulging poor behavior in yourself or indulging other people in poor behavior. Some of these people have people in their life that they could be kind of codependent on, that they're kind of indulging. And like, if those people won't move forward with them in this new way, they won't move forward in that new way. We can all have different people that we defend in our life, whether that's a family member, our original family, a friend group. And it's like, if those people aren't moving forward in differently, then I'm not going to move forward in life differently. And that could be where some people are at right now. Again, I think high vibe people wish people peace and love and joy. The other people, we could have some people in our life, certainly, that are like, that's great. I'm kind of living my life like this, and you're going on a new adventure, and that's where you're at in your life, and that's great. I wish you peace. But other people could be mad, and they could be jealous and envious or whatever, because I kind of look at repeating an old pattern as staying in your comfort zone, and you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and go into unknown territory, which can be scary, which can be why some people don't do it. Even though they would maybe like to, they get caught up in their fears and their insecurities of maybe just stepping out of their comfort zone, doing life differently, taking a leap of faith, being more bold and brave and confident, looking at life as an adventure, believing in themselves, believing in their dreams. Maybe have to step outside of societal norms, and that can just be in defense of egoic nature. I'm not willing to shine my authentic light and choose love, and I don't really give a shit what everybody else in the world thinks. This is my truth. This is what I love. This is who I love. This is the career field I'd really like to be in versus this other career field or this other relationship. You got to be willing to get out of your ego to pursue your dreams. And some people just can't get out of their ego to go live their authentic life. And I have a certain status and image that's really important to me for people to view me a certain way, So then we got this last card here, not showing itself, the King of Swords. So, in a lot of ways, some of the people that you were in a relationship with, it felt like a counterpart, because the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords would be counterparts. But again, one person, it could have seemed in a lot of ways, and in a lot of ways you could have had a lot of commonality in things. In relationships, there's a lot of different things we need to navigate and negotiate. But when it got down to this last truth, what ultimately drives and motivates you? Hope and faith and belief in love, or not? And that could have been the difference. And then I think the high vibe people were more willing to get out of their ego, because the kings can represent us operating more from our worldly egoic nature than listening to our more emotionally intuitive nature. And the King of Swords can be people's self-protective, self-defensive nature within themselves. Like, we can't go live our authentic life. What would people say? People will judge us. We have a certain status and image to maintain in the world, or you could get hurt out there. Don't shine your light, conform to the world. And some people are like, I'm not letting my more self-protective, living more from my mind than my heart nature run my life anymore. And some other people are. So some of the people that are still kind of in more worldly, shadowy energy, they could be trying to manipulate someone else in the world to hire them or be their friend or get in a romantic relationship with them. Or just the people that are in their life, that are staying in their life, and they're hoping that the people in their life will just keep balancing out their emotions, that this person is defensive to being in a more emotionally balanced, loving relationship. and that these people will keep indulging them, being caught up again in these things of the world, or making their life more about these people. Some of the people in their life are people who have hope and faith and belief and love also, and they're trying to offer them love and encouragement. But it's like if those people don't move forward in life differently, they're unwilling to become independent from them. And other people were. It's like, I could have been a loving and encouraging and supportive person in their life for a long time too, but I'm done trying to change them, and I'm done staying in denial that things are ever going to change, and they can live their life the way they want. I won't be a close person in their circle hanging out with them, because I do view life differently, and I've seen the truth of it, and I'm not defensive to closing out a cycle with them. With the Ten of Wands here, that's closing out a cycle, to go drop the burden and come out with the Ace of Wands to have a brand new beginning. Yeah, and then we have the Page of Wands having that brand new beginning. Why? Because I have that hopeful, believing spirit. And some of the people I was in a relationship with don't. And I have a dream I want to bring into reality, and my dream is different than their dream, and what makes them happy and the way they want to live their life is different, I have found, than what makes me happy and the way I want to live my life. And I'm bold and brave enough to get out of my ego about it, to take action, to believe in myself and believe in my dreams, kind of aligning with my more creative, inspired, intuitive nature, than still being more caught up in these things of the world, or kind of codependency. If people aren't moving forward with me in a just and fair and authentic and loving way, then we're not on the same page. And I'm going to go try to find the people who are. And so some people in the world could find you. The devil can be that people find you very attractive, and people could find you to be someone they would like to hire, be in friendships with, go into business with, marry. And I think you're just, as you move forward in life, anybody you could communicate with that you think is kind of on the same page as you, that this is how I'm moving forward, do you want to come with? And as you're moving forward, and other people from your past, in your present, in your future, might be someone who wants to be in a relationship with you, I think, you're going to speak your truth. I've already been in relationships with people that are more about ego and image, harnessing these energies in a more shadowy way. I don't want someone to be in a relationship with me because it makes it look like they've moved on, like they've healed, they've grown, they've matured, they've got over past pain and heartbreak. I don't want someone to be in a relationship with me to try to send that type of message to someone else in the world. That's not why I want someone to be in a relationship with me. And I also don't want to indulge immature people that are just immature players in the world that just want to indulge themselves in a relationship. I don't want to do that either. And I think you're going to get to know people, and as you get to know them, to figure out what it is that drives and motivates them, and what their idea of the dream life is. And if it's an emotionally balanced, loving, hopeful, believing relationship, and then those are people you'll move forward with. If they seem to kind of be overwhelmed at doing life differently, and they kind of want to do this old way of doing life, it's like we're not on the same page. So what's coming out for people who harness some high vibe Scorpio energy that they might not see coming up? But I think because you're not acting in like immature, prideful, egotistical, defensive, manipulative, whatever ways of being, there's going to be a lot of people who could want to be in a relationship with you, find you very attractive. On top of it, you're loving and nurturing and warm and authentic. Yeah, there's people who'd be like, yeah, I want to have a victory with you. And I think you'll just listen to your intuition about who's who, what kind of people they really are. The Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Why? Because of the Empress energy. The Empress, again, can talk about how we think and feel. You are harnessing high vibe Libra Taurus energy within yourself. You've done the work within yourself to maintain balance within yourself, so you're no longer, again, tipping out of balance and indulging poor behavior in yourself or others. And even if you're a very loving, nurturing person, it's like, yeah, I got to temper that. Maybe kind of ground that. Because if I let my very loving nature kind of run my life, I end up getting in relationships with people who are kind of abuse my loving nature and abuse the love that I have for them. And I need to get more grounded. And Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs of the zodiac wheel. And so it's kind of getting balance between your worldly nature and your loving nature. I still want to be a loving person with hope and faith and belief, but I do need to stand my ground and protect my more loving nature and my dreams from people who don't have my best intentions. So you're maintaining balance within yourself, loving yourself, believing in yourself, standing in your truth, offering love to people to move forward with you in this new way. And just seeing the truth that some people reject your love because they're moving forward and more motivated and inspired, maybe in their Libra, Taurus, Leo, Libra, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn. They're more motivated and inspired by the world. And it's like, yep. So all I can do is tell people my truth. The people who are on the same, who seem like they want to move forward with me, I will get to know them to find out if they're just someone who wants to indulge in a relationship with me or if they're really on the same page as me. And there's going to be some people I would like to have move forward with me, but those people are repeating an old pattern and I've already been there and done that. And if they're not moving forward with me, some of them, it's because they're still caught up in this old pattern. For others of them, they've already moved forward in relationships with other people in this high vibe energy. Sometimes we don't know. We meet people, we can work with people. We could not know they're in a relationship. And for some of them, we don't know. And even if they're not in a relationship, we don't know some of them. Some people we do know the truth of. We've been illuminated to the truth. Other people we're not sure. And it's, we just deal with the truth of the situation. That's like the King of Swords and the Empress. Everybody is where they're at. Everybody has their free will to live their life the way they want it. Not everybody I want to date or be in a relationship with me is going to want to date or be in a relationship with me. And I just accept the truth of it, and I don't let it put me in shadowy egoic energy. But for some people, it does. And they can get mad and angry and, are they willing to look at life from a higher perspective and keep moving forward, believing in their dreams? Our dreams aren't codependent on certain people, and maybe we need to get out of the more worldly focus of being in a relationship because the divine wants to give birth to something new. Maybe we're supposed to tap into our more creative, inspired nature of our own unique talent, skills, and interests to give birth to something new. And high vibe energy is about being a leader in the world, in truth and justice and fairness and love. While some other people keep being caught up in things of the world, maybe you'll give birth to something new. What's coming up? But otherwise, if you do get in a relationship, other people are going to want to see you as this creative, inspired, just, fair, balanced, loving person, and they're going to want to move forward with you. And you're just going to do the best you can to figure out who really is on the same page as you and who isn't. But no matter what, you're giving birth to something new here. What about the people that harness a more worldly, shadowy Scorpio energy that they don't see coming? The King of Wands and the Star card. That if people are kind of acting in kind of some way that's kind of immature or superficial or trying to confuse people about the truth of who they are, that they're always going to have some high vibe people in their life who have hope and faith and belief in themselves and in their dreams. And eventually those people for a long time could kind of indulge them in a relationship because they want it to work out. But eventually they're done. And they go to find the people that are more on the same page as them. And some of these people could be shocked because with the devil and the King of Pentacles, some of these people can have a lot of these things of the world that would make other people want to be in a relationship with them. I was like, I can't believe you're willing to not kind of indulge me because of these things of the world that I have. And some people are like, it's not enough. You know, I keep trying to get you to move forward in a more emotionally balanced, loving relationship, but you seem to be defensive to that. So I'm not really getting my dream coming into reality. I might have all these things of the world that I would want, but I'm not in a relationship based on love. And it might work for you, especially if I'm the loving person in this relationship. You're kind of getting a loving person to be in a relationship with you, but I'm not in a relationship with a loving person. So I'm going to go find someone who's loving. And I will sacrifice some of these things of the world in order to be in a more emotionally balanced, loving, authentic, warm, just, fair, authentic relationship. And what some of these kind of shadowy people don't see coming is they're probably going to end up in a relationship with someone who's like themselves. And maybe by themselves. The King of Wands is Aries energy, and anybody can harness that in a shadowy way where they're more about themselves. They might just be more about indulging themselves, and other people are going to move away from them because they are just all about themselves. Or they end up in a relationship with someone who's willing to be in a relationship with them because it makes them look like a shining star. You know, I might feel betrayed. I'll be willing to stand up and defend you because this looks victorious and successful. These are the things I am sure that are going to make me happy. They might put in a lot of work and effort to indulge someone who has those things of the world that they want, or they would be willing to indulge someone else for those things of the world because those are the things that are most important to them. Other people don't want to have to indulge someone who's being immature just to have those things of the world. But other people, that's how they could view life. If I have more of the things of the world, then you're supposed to indulge me. But if you're not willing to indulge me and you left, well, I'm going to go find someone who has those things of the world, and they would maybe be willing to indulge those people for those things of the world. It's like, well, that's fine. If that's how you want to live your life, indulging someone for these things of the world, then you knock your socks off. Maybe because you're defensive to love anyway. And you might be a more emotionally shallow, superficial person. Well, go enjoy your life. I just think they're hiding that they're living more from their mind than their heart. Some of the people who want to try to get in a relationship with some of you high vibe people, what they don't know about you is that you're balanced within yourself and willing to stand up for what you believe in, and it's justice and fairness and truth. And that's the very reason why some other people aren't willing to be in a relationship with you. Because you're not willing to live more from your mind than your heart. You want a just and fair and authentic loving relationship, and they know they're not willing to do that. So they're going to go find people who are more on the same page as them, and you're going to move forward in life. You don't want to repeat that pattern of relationship. You're going to have a brand new beginning. The other people might look like a shining star by worldly standards. You're going to give birth to something new that's just and fair. So that'll be interesting. With people who are willing to take a leap of faith like you are, to have hope and faith and belief in their dreams and in love. So you'll have the real deal based on truth and love, and they'll have what looks good by worldly standards. So there you go, Scorpio. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.